Hi guys, Rob here with Deluks Gaming, and welcome back to my Factorio series, episode 7. And today, dun dun dun, we are going to be doing oil. We're going to be taking care of building our oil processing system so that we can start working on our next level of research, which is going to be a huge jump for us. So I'm going to do a little bit of maintenance here first. We need to get this mine back up and running. We have almost cleared this out, only 263 to go there. I'm going to grab a whole big handful of copper plates and a whole big handful of iron plates. That's why I have these boxes here, is so that we can create a surplus that we can just grab whenever we want. Eventually we can do it all with robots, and that gets kind of cool, but right now, you know, that works. And we're going to need some stones. We're going to take this one stack. I'm holding down the shift button to take one stack. You can just pick it up like that, but shift is easier, of course. And you'll notice that we are getting a backup of iron, and we're going to deal with that very quickly, because if we go down and we look at our factory, we are actually running low on our iron in our factory. It's actually starting to look pretty sparse in there. So primarily because of this, the steel will eat up iron like mad, and it's actually taking from our main line. We didn't split it off or anything. So it's not like we're taking 25% of all the iron and using it towards steel. We are using 100%, possibly up to 100% or whatever of our iron is going into steel production. So it is actually, it's actually eating up a lot of it. I just added a splitter there so that we would get both sides. And we are going to do something really quick here while I'm up here, because I don't like wasting time doing the whole running back and forth thing. We are going to add a splitter to our coal line, and we're going to bring a coal line down on the second bus. Now it's going to be a temporary line. In other words, it's not going to stay on the second bus all the way down throughout the factory, because we only need coal for one or two more things, I think, now. And then that's it. We probably won't need coal again. I don't think, at least for, but we need it for plastic production is what I'm getting at. So we're going to bring that down. Let me just make sure I've got line up my thing here and make sure we're going, oh yeah, and actually let's make sure we got lots, hold on, how many, we need lots and lots of transport belts, and 8 transport belts ain't gonna do for what we are about to do. We need lots. Okay, so there's 200. Gives me 232 actually. Okay, so that should be enough to get our line down. Now this is a really long line of coal. It is a tremendously long line. It's unfortunate actually that I need to bring this coal down from all the way up here. And, you know, maybe we could look for some local coal in the area. Like there might be something that we could use down here, but I don't know. It's just easier. We'll just take it off the line. And unfortunately, because we're doing that, we're going to have to sacrifice a whole bunch of transport belts to get it down. Fortunately, we didn't... see, I don't like going through... Hold on. We're actually going to cut a line in here. Because until you're done with a project, it's good not to finish... Or it's good not to have your product coming down the line until you know exactly what you're going to be doing. So I'm just going to leave that hole there, like so I don't get any more coal coming down. I think that's probably how we'll do it. Yeah, okay. And so it is going on the second bus, but like I said, it's going to be a temporary occupant on the second bus. Second bus being this line here. And the reason I say temporary is because I don't think we're going to need to take it beyond the plastic manufacturing. So I don't think so. I don't remember if there was anything else, but I don't think so. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Excellent. Let's just bring that down like so. Perfect. So now we've got our coal coming down, and let's just bring that down a little further to about here. We're going to bring our steel down a little further to about here. And just so you guys know, I'm going to be reserving this area here on the line for some more stuff. We're going to be doing a splitter line. So these splitters, we're going to be doing a line for the 3 different levels of splitters. And this is going to be for engines. And then I think we'll get back to doing, I think we'll do sulfur here and then sulfuric acid. And then, of course, continuing on with our research production. So the other thing I was thinking about here is we're going to, I know last time I said, oh, let's bring the oil all the way back up here. But that doesn't make sense. That's going against the grain of our factory. We're heading south with our factory. Our factory is going north to south, and we're going to keep that going like that. So from top to bottom. So I want everything going south. Any product we're building it and then pushing it south. Make sense? I hope so. Because if it doesn't, well, I don't know what else to say. Okay, there we go. Now, next on the list is to build a refinery. So the oil refinery is what we're going to use to turn our... Whoops, that was a chemical plant, but we're going to need a couple of those anyway. The oil refinery is what we're going to be using to turn our crude oil that we get from our pump jacks into 3 different byproducts. Heavy oil, light oil, and gas, petroleum gas. Whoops, we need some... Uh-oh. Not really an uh-oh moment. Oh, okay. Small electric poles, we're going to need some more of those, so I guess we'll just queue that up. This is what happens when you don't build things with factories. But I wouldn't normally build like oil refineries and stuff with a factory. I don't know. It just seems like a waste because, you know, even in a game where I'm doing something big like min-maxing and stuff, I would only have maybe 3, maybe tops 3 oil processing, like oil refineries. So why would I build a factory for that? You know, that'd be kind of silly, right? Okay, so now that we've got power to our pump jacks, they are pumping away, pump, 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 and they are pushing oil through the pipes. All the way down through here, 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 here. And, whew, this looks like a nice little spot to do some oil processing. Excellent. So, also, for oil processing, we're going to need storage tanks, and we're going to need 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you'll see why in a second. So our refinery is just about ready, and I think we're going to put that right here. Yeah, we're probably going to have to move this a little bit, but that's okay, actually. Yeah, and so I think we'll put some, of course, we're going to put pump jacks here. We're going to have lots and lots of oil. There's not going to be any shortage of oil because, of course, we're working at a fairly regulated pace, too, as well. We don't need to overdo it. I'm going to remove this factory before somebody actually pipes up on the comments and says, why is that factory still there? It's not doing anything. I'm the first person to actually think that kind of stuff, so just so you know, you're always right about that stuff. I may argue sometimes, but you're always right. I shouldn't be leaving stuff like that lying around. It's irresponsible, and it's such a boy thing to do to not clean their room, right? Okay, so come on. Okay, oh, should be ready. Yes, it's ready. Okay, so the oil refinery. Whoops, that's not an oil refinery. How silly of me. Oil refinery, there we go. Okay, so when you're playing... If you're just learning the game, go ahead, put something down. There's no consequence to putting something down to figure out how it's going to work. So if you look here, these little blue triangles are indicating inputs and outputs. So it's saying 2 things go in, 3 things come out. Now, right now, it's not set to build anything, so you don't know what those 2 and 3 are. So to actually figure that out, you have to click on something to build. Right now, the only thing that this can build, this oil refinery, is basic oil processing. So if you click on that, it's going to tell you everything you need. So it says it's going to take your crude oil and it's going to turn it into 3 different products. It's going to turn it into heavy oil, light oil, and gas. So, and it must produce all 3 of those in order to keep working. In other words, if you don't have enough room to store heavy oil, it will stop the whole factory, even though you just want it for the gas. So you have to have room to store all 3 of those products or it will not function. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I don't want it in that spot. I just wanted to show you that, you know, if you don't know how something works, put it down because it's no consequence because you can pick it back up and no problem. So it's going to take oil in at the top and it's going to pump out gas, light oil, heavy oil. Easy peasy. Okay, now let's put it in the right spot because that was totally not the right spot. Okay. Because I like to do things multiple times, apparently. Okay, so we want to make sure that that's in line with our pipe system, and we want to kind of bring it over so it's not quite in the way. We don't want things too crowded, actually. Well, that might be okay. Let's try that. So we're going to have to move this end of the pipe. It should be able to fit right in the side there. Yeah, like that. Awesome. So then we just attach... okay, so we do have a factory building pipes, so let's go harvest some of that. Bang. So yeah, with 200 pipes, yeah, no problem. It is worthwhile having a factory building pipes because those pipes are used to make the underground pipes and stuff too, right? Okay, so whoops. Let's put these chemical plants back in here and we're just grab some pipes and put them on our thing. We won't lock that, but not yet anyway. Okay, so there we go. So we've got it in. You do not need to use both outputs. You can use one output, no output. I keep saying output. Whatever. You only need to use one input to make that work. So I don't need to attach to both. So one is fine. Okay, so it does need power to run, but before we add power, we are actually going to get all of our storage ready. Whoops, we don't need to build any more storage. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so we're going to put our storage down first. Now, like I said, we need to have storage for all 3 products in order for this to work. We're going to have storage for our heavy oil, which we're going to put at the top I will explain why I'm doing everything here in a minute. We're going to put a space in between it, the same space as we would have for an assembling machine or a chemical plant. And I want to point out that they are both identical in size. They may look different, but as far as functionality and what they do, they are identical in function, in purpose, and in size. So when you're building a line like this, you can actually add these chemical plants right to your line in the same exact way. The only difference is that these have inputs for gases and liquids. Eventually, these assembling machines can too as well, depending on what you're building. But for all intents and purposes, although they look different, they serve the same exact purpose. So we're going to be using a chemical plant out here in between these two, or in between some of my storage. So I want to leave enough room for one with enough room to put, of course, a line as well as an inserter, right? So I'm just sort of figuring out my spacing here. Okay, so there we go. So this is essentially more or less what it's going to look like in between here. So, and then I'm going to put my next level of storage for fuels. And I think, did I place that incorrectly? I hope not. Or I hope I did. Hope not. Hope I screwed that up. Okay, nope. So we're going to bring that over one. The problem is these take a long time to pick up. Okay, perfect. So we got heavy oil, and this is going to be gas, my friends. Then you're saying, why wouldn't you put light oil in between? Because light oil doesn't have as many immediate uses. Light oil I can convert to other things at the beginning, eventually. Actually, not even at the beginning. It takes some time before I can even do that. So I actually put my light oil aside for now. So how are we going to attach all this? Well, of course, just like we do everything else, with pipes. And we're going to heavy oil here. So heavy oil has two uses at the beginning. Heavy oil can be converted to light oil, as well as actually three use. No, at the beginning it only has one use. At the beginning it has no uses. What am I saying? And then eventually it can be converted to light oil, and then the light oil can be converted to gas, and then the heavy oil can eventually be converted into lubricant, which is I will be using that for sure. So it is something that I want more forefront than the light oil. I don't know. And then the gas is kind of a primary product that used for a number of things, and it's fairly important. Actually, it's very important in the game. So that's why it is so at the front line here, like that. Wow, good eyeballing. Good job, Rob. Great eyeballing. Wow, I'm even impressed. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. It's like I've done this before. See, this is my regular setup. Now, of course, if you had multiple of the oil refineries, you would have to set this up completely different, but not really. I mean, you just do it bigger, right? You could have 3 oil processing plants or oil refineries right next to each other, have them all interconnected, and then do, just a very similar setup after this. What you do after you've got your oil processing, really, you're trying to turn chaos into organization in this game, especially when it comes to oil, because oil can look really confusing. Okay, less talk, more work. Less talky, more worky. Okay, well, let's get this connected to power. Like so. There we go. We should have, crude oil is coming in and pumping out the 3 different products. We got light oil, we got heavy oil, and we got gas. Makes sense? So this is going through there. This is going underground over to there, right? And the gas is coming down into here. Perfect. We've got our 3 primary products coming out of our oil refinery. Now what can we do with it? Plastics is about to be done. Like seconds. It's seconds away, guys. Okay, so we're actually going to turn this into plastics processing, but I don't want it exactly there. I'm going to actually bring it out a little bit because we might want to do some refining in there. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I think we're going to... Well, there we go. Plastics! And next on the list is going to be sulfur, because sulfur will lead to batteries, and batteries, of course, will lead to our next level of research. Okay, we're going to leave a spot there, just so that if we go too far, I don't have a mess to clean up. Yeah, I think that'll work just fine. Like so. And we're going to put our chemical plant, our permanent one, as opposed to our pretend one right here. And this, like the oil refinery, all you got to do is click on, if you want to know what these inputs and outputs do for each product, you just click on the product. So we want to build plastics. which requires coal and 3 petroleum gas. Click on it and it tells you what the inputs look like. So it works exactly the same way as an assembling machine. Any of the hard products like coal that it requires has to come in through an inserter. So we're going to have to put an inserter here. And any products that are a gas, like the gas, of course, has to come in through a pipe. Makes sense? I hope so. Otherwise, I haven't been doing a very good job. Okay, and that's going to come about there, I think. Let's just see how off I was. Oh, look at that. I'm dead on again. Wow. Pretty amazing. Just like so. Awesome. So then we got our gas coming in, no problem. Our coal is going to come in here. And this is designed to be expanded. Well, this doesn't actually need to be here. So hold on. I will show you how expandable this is. If we ever needed to build another plastic processing plant, a chemical plant that produces plastics, we could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, lots. All the way down, we could produce more plastic. And if really necessary, we needed a couple more, we might be able to fit a couple in here. But I think we could pretty much indefinitely build plastic processing plants all the way down into eternity, as long as the aliens would allow it. So again, with expandability in mind, yes, we're building things kind of minimalistically, but at the same time, producing it in such a way that if we needed to beef it up to make millions, thousands, millions of thousands, billions, you get the idea, we can always just crank it up, turn it up, right? Add more factories because the infrastructure's all there. Okay, whoops, I put those that line in backwards, and we're just gonna add some power to that, and guess what? We got plastic, guys. We got plastic. Let's not go so far here until we figure out exactly what we're going to do with the plastic. Let's see. Let's add a inserter here because we're going to want to have a little box full of plastic that we're going to be using for some of our handmade projects. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's just add power. Ooh. Autosave. Autosave. Ooh, I don't like it when it's like that. But see, this is where I want the power line. Yes, my issue. Okay. Totally nonsensical issue too. Okay, but there we go. We are producing plastic. We got gas coming in, and we got coal coming in, and we've got plastic spitting out. And, ooh, right, we're going to have to put another power line right here. Oh, yeah, we can still do it there. Perfect. Just like that. Awesome. Oh, looks like we're running low on power. Are we running low on power? We are. So look at how slow these inserters are going. It's because we are running low on power. How can we be running low on power? Because our factory is not churning out stuff. It's not like we are overproducing. So something must be wrong with fuel. Yes, something is wrong with fuel. All of our 50% of our coal has gone down that line, which means eventually that line will fill up entirely with coal, and we'll be fine. But see, we're no longer actually producing iron. We're running low on coal. Okay, so here is the answer to the problem. Nope, that's not our coal. Coal is over here. Perfect. And we're just gonna add some mines here. Super easy to fix. Because the infrastructure is already there, all we got to do is add on, right? And again, I don't normally have a factory to build these mines. It's actually completely unnecessary because they build fast enough, and it's not like you're building them, constantly. You do build a fair amount of them, but not enough to warrant having a factory that does all of that. I'm actually going to put this next one right there, and this one right here. Why did I put that one there? Because I want to get this piece too as well, and I can't get it if I put it right up. But as a reminder that I need to get the stuff that's underneath the line here, I put this one right up to the conveyor. Make sense? I don't know if that did or not, but it'll work. So everything's running in slow motion. Look at that. It's like it's... yeah, it's really having trouble. It's really having trouble with that one. That's okay. It will get better here. Actually, we might even have some coal on us. Yes, we have coal on us. So let's go feed the steam engines, because that's where we're running into trouble. Is the steam engine? Look at that. Oh, this one of these isn't even attached to power. So what we're going to do here actually is we're going to make life easy for us. We're going to drop a box down in range of the power here. I think that's in range. No, it's not. Oh well, bugger. Hold on. Oh, I see. I see what I did. I see. Okay, sorry. We're gonna fix this power line here. It just wasn't set up so that it was covering the whole range of stuff. Okay, so we want that one there. This one can actually go. And this one and this one. That'll do for now. That'll do. And we're going to add another one down here for a replenishment inserter. So anytime we've got extra, whoops. Anytime we've got something extra like coal, we can actually plop it in to this box. And when we've got too much coal or lots and lots of coal, I can actually change the direction of this inserter and we can refill that box. So kind of having a reserve, kind of like we do with iron and everything else. So this should start beefing everything up, and actually, yeah, we should be good to go. It's going to start beefing everything up pretty quickly, and our manufacturing will be back up to snuff. Now, because we're not producing a lot of coal, of course, there isn't any coal going through on this line as well, so we're not actually producing any more iron. Our entire operation has shut down. All because we put that splitter there. Yeah. But eventually this will fill up full with coal because, honestly, that little plastic plant doesn't use that much coal, to be honest with you. I guess it's using a fair amount, actually, now that I look at it. Yeah, it's using a fair amount, but it's still going to fill up pretty quick, I think, and then we'll have a surplus of coal again. And we just put those two mines down, so we're good to go. Okay, so there is our basic iron processing, and we've got plastic going already. That's ready to go. We can bring that over to our line, and next on the line, we're going to be building sulfur. So our sulfur is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be going here. Yes, we're going to put our sulfur production here, and we're all going to, I think, I don't know. Should we? Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Maybe we should put our sulfur production here. That way we can have an unlimited production of sulfur and then put our sulfuric acid on the line. Either way, we've got to have it staggered so that if we need to add... No, I think we'll just do sulfur right on the line. We're only going to have potentially two factories, I think, for sulfur. I'm kind of breaking my own rules and not making it expandable, but it's really not all that hard to improve on later. But anyway, so we're going to put a... Whoops, I didn't need to build another one. Okay, so just another chemical plant here. Whoops, didn't mean to put that there. Another chemical plant here. Perfect, and it can go on the line just like any other factory, right? So it's confusing, I think. It was, at least for me. It was very confusing at the beginning for me because I thought these are such a different thing, but they're not. They're the same thing. They just have different inputs and outputs in a lot of ways, but they work exactly the same as this machine. So that's going to be our sulfur, and then over back here, so we're going to have room for 2 sulfur, and then we're going to do some sulfuric acid, and that should be more than enough of both of those products to cover everything that we do. And then over here we're going to have our next level of science. Science! Awesome. So that's going to go here, and hold on, let's get, I think we need a assembling machine 2. So yes, we're already getting ready for our blue science. Isn't that amazing? What is it, episode 7? It doesn't take very long. Especially when you're build small like this, totally doesn't take very long at all. So, and then our blue factory, that's our assembling machine 2, that is going to run all the way up here. Now we could have that come up into here and then down this way. But we're not going to do it that way. We're actually going to go... oh, looks like we don't have a tool. Whoops, that's the repair pack. Whoops. Got a little clicky. Okay, there's our tool. Okay, so now let's just take out some of these trees. So I think what we're going to do... So now, there's only 2 more types of science. There is the blue science packs, or the science pack 3s, and the science pack 4s, which are purple. Oh, looks like we're not optimized for science here. What are we missing? We're missing red science. Hold on, we've got to beef up our red science here. Oh, it's because we stopped producing iron. That's why. Everything should be up and running again. So it'll come back. It'll come back. Okay. Sorry, we'll just give that a second. It will come back, I promise. Okay, so we only have 2 more types of science that we need to build ever in the game. There's Science Packs 3s and Science Packs 4. Science Pack... I totally screwed that up. Science Pack 4s require far less, actually, than the Science Pack 3s. The Science Pack 3s are the pain-in-the-butt science. They're the ones that... It's the one that's going to cause problems. So, problems being it's just more complicated. Okay, so we only need 2 lines on our labs. Whoops. Screwed that up. Went too far. You'll see what I mean here in a second. So, on our back line, we have green and red science. And on our front line, we're going to have blue and purple. Make sense? I hope so. Okay, and so we've made it possible that we can build unlimited amounts of labs and quite a few science. If necessary, we could actually adapt this whole thing to have more science building over here and then coming back. Anyway, we've got lots and lots and lots of room to expand, like so. And then, of course, the 2 types of science are going to be inserted on this side, like so. And we're never going to be able to get the the power lines, this type of power line set up here so that it works without crossing the lines. But I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I know that looks weird, but it's eventually going to look a little bit more like this. And then the purple science packs are going to come in on... So it's going to... Whoops. It's going to look like that. And the purple science packs are going to come in on the other side. Ah, bugger. I do this every time. Right. That's what I want. And then the purple science packs are going to come in on the other side. Like so, and they're going to come in like that. Like so. Right? Makes sense. So then we've got the blue going on one side, and we've got the purple going on the other. Right? Perfect. And you got to remember, really, science, I mean, there's only so much science in the game. And once you get blue science packs, things start to move along pretty quick. Especially because you realize if you've got a system, all you have to do is expand it from here on. We can really start churning out stuff, and science just flies by. Speaking of science, it's going a little slow, so we're actually going to add on to our science, our research right now, just so that we can maybe get our sulfur and our batteries just a little sooner. So we're going to add 2 more labs. That's a lot. And if we do that, we're going to have to add some more red science for sure, and blue and green science. Both of those. We're going to have to do both of those. So, and that's going to add to our power, but not that much, believe it or not. And if we do that, we're going to definitely have to add to our iron production, because we're just not going to have enough iron to produce all of that stuff. Again, super easy to expand. Just bring it down like that. Ta-da! Boom. More science. More science! Okay, and we're going to add that last lab too as well. And let's... Oh, we don't have that built. As soon as we get the next assembling machine, we'll get our next red science building, or more red science building. Super easy. Okay, next lab. And I know a lot of you are like, you don't have enough iron. But believe it or not, it actually won't take much to get more iron into this system. Okay, so we just need some power lines. Oh, this bugs me. That's okay. That's okay. I'm okay. There we go. Perfect. And yeah, just red science and of course green science too. So let's just add those on. Whoops. Already got them. I get a little clicky sometimes. There we go. Ooh. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's all right. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to move that a little bit so that we can put our red inserter here. Is that right? Just a second. What is going on? Oh. Oh. What did I do? Oh, I see. It's just... Oh, I see. It's just one line. Oh, I get it. No, I don't need a red inserter here. Oh, wow. I was way more efficient than I have been in the past. So that's good. I've got them both on the same line. I didn't realize that. Okay, so we'll just put that back the way that was, and we're just going to add this out. And we're... Yikes. getting a little cramped in here. Now, keep in mind, this line of cogs, I keep wanting to call them sprockets from the Jetsons. I think it was the Sprocket Factory. I'm pretty sure. I need some more of these. But I keep wanting to... sorry, this line isn't going to be here. This is actually part of a second bus on the other side, which can actually go down way further, but we've got all this iron to work through first. Okay, so actually that's fine. So we're just going to bring this down so that this factory can get at that, and we're going to change that to red science, just like that, and we're going to add another green science. Yes, we're using small factories still. We're using the low-tech factories, but that's all we need right now. Later on, we might add to that, but keep in mind, all this stuff uses power, and unless you want to get attacked by aliens, you gotta be careful. Okay, and this is going to be green science. I didn't add an output to the other one either. Okay, so there's that. There's that. Awesome. Okay, so let's go get some iron. It's actually not too bad, guys. It's actually looking pretty good. Except for, you know, running out of coal. Aside from that, everything was great. So we're just going to add to this. Now, this is definitely going to add to our pollution. We need to improve our technology for this stuff. So we need... What are we short here? Oh, we're short some stone. Just regular stone. Oh, we don't have any stone. Oh, wow. So to build these stone furnaces, I need unrefined stone. And we actually don't have any. So we could actually mine one. Let's just mine one. Perfect. Yeah, we're going to fix that in a second. But for now, this will do for now. Okay, so we're going to tack on a couple of those. See, that thing's in the way. Didn't really think that through very well now, did I? That's okay. We'll just move all that for now. We can shift it down. I don't know why I put it there in the first place. That's silly. Silly me. I do silly things. Whoops. There we go. So, because this is dedicated to iron production. So this will add another 40% to our iron production. So, yeah. Something like that. Substantial amount, anyway. Okay, and like so. Whoops. And then like that. And our red inserters for a coal. Our coal. Whoops. Ah. There we go. And power lines. And away we go. It's like that. And I know I've got power lines all over the place. I know. I know. Trust me. I know. What did I do? Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay. There we go. And yeah, we'll just... I don't think there's a way to fix that. That's okay. Actually, we'll do it like that. So we're just waiting. Oh, yeah, it needs... Can I... No, I can't get at that. Iron. Okay, there we go. And maybe we still don't have enough coal on the line? That's possible. It doesn't hurt to have lots and lots of coal on the line in the sense that once it gets full, these drills will stop working. But until that point, you're producing a lot of pollution. But that's okay. We're gonna roll with it. Okay, so let's go like that. Because I'm sure you guys don't want to wait. And I don't want to wait. We've got to get this sulfur processing. Okay, so there we go. We have improved our output of iron dramatically. That should start to clean up some of that ore and get some nice manufacturing of sprockets. Sprockets from our gear factories. Now, we could actually improve... Because we've got a backup of iron here, we could actually improve this dramatically because these produce very quickly. We could actually add a blue inserter to the output and even the input. That should really increase the output of that sucker. And we have an extra factory here if we need to add another one right away, but I think that should be good. Yeah, actually maybe not. You know? Oh, right. I see what's happening. Okay, so let's block this off for now. There we go. We're using up all of our extra gears in making transport belts, and we're fine. We don't need transport belts right this second. Okay, it only took a couple minutes, but we got our sulfur processing researched, and now we're on to batteries. So batteries will Actually, how much? Hold on. Sulfur processing was like 100 out of each science pack. The batteries are only 50, so that won't take very long at all. And just to show you that we were making use of pretty much 4 laboratories the whole time, no problem with our current production rate. The thing that would make this perfect so that we could handle 5 is to make the first green science pack factory actually a assembly machine 2. That should, I think it improves its speed by 50% approximately, because a assembly machine 1 is craft speed of 0.5 and assembly machine 2 is craft speed 0.75. So yeah, by 50%. So with that done, this should be perfect. So 5 laboratories for these 4 factories producing doodads for our science. So, and that should work out perfect. Okay, I'll catch up with you as soon as batteries are done. Okay, there's batteries. Now, I forgot one thing. Science Pack 3s require advanced circuits, which means I have to research advanced electronics. So the batteries took, I don't know, 5 minutes? Not very long. Advanced circuits, it'll take even less time, I think. So that's fine, but I think we're going to have to rezone for advanced circuits. So while we're researching advanced circuits, let's build some infrastructure as well. So this shouldn't take too long. Now, how are we going to do this? I think we're going to have to forfeit what I had reserved here. I think we're going to have to make use of some of this real estate for advanced circuits, because for some reason I completely forgot about advanced circuits. They're pretty important. I think this spot here is going to have to be for advanced circuits. Oh, right. I was being really creative here. No, we're actually going to get rid of the pipes. Pipes are gone. Just like that. Pipes are gone. We can rebuild that somewhere else. That's quite all right. We don't need to have it right there. Whoops, didn't mean to break that entire line. Oh, I guess there's nothing else. Oh, just this one. That's the only one. Okay, so that's fine. And this spot I don't know what we're gonna build here, because we've got this wonky line here. I think we'll have to tweak that a little bit to make that work a little better. Okay, so advanced circuits. What do we need for advanced circuits? Advanced circuits are, if you go to your research, you go here and you hover over the top of that, 2 electronic circuits, 4 copper cables, and 2 plastic bars, which means we need a lot of copper cable. That's huge here. And of course, we're going to be bringing up our plastic. So I'm going to be breaking my own rule that I just set, and we're actually going to be bringing our plastic north instead of south. But that's okay. We're doing what we have to do to make it work, right? So first things first, let's get down to factory. And I think it has to be, if I'm correct, how many parts go into it? Yeah, 3. So it's going to have to be an advanced factory. Super easy. Oh, so it's such a fun game. I love it. Okay, there we go. So let's get that down like so, and let's bring this in because we don't need iron. Like so. And okay, advanced circuits, we're going to need plastic, and we're going to need copper, and we're going to need electronic circuits. So let's bring down our copper lines. Whoops, careful. Oh, shoot. We're short on everything, damn it. Pardon my French. Okay, let's grab some iron. Okay, because we're going to need some of these undergrounds, and we need to build more, so I just grabbed some more iron right off the line. I don't like doing that because that does kind of mess with everything that we've put together. Whoops. It's fine. Yeah. Like so. Oh, damn it. That's fine. Perfect. There we go. Just like that. Awesome. And so, and we'll bring these down like so. And then okay, so into this particular factory, we're going to have 2 lines. We're going to have one that's going to have copper and electronic. No, one's going to have copper alone. Yep, I think that's the way we got to do it. So one's going to have copper alone. So let's bring that down. Oh, really? Oh, no. Now we're out of... I don't know if we're going to be able to pull off Blue Science this episode. Ah, I was so hoping I could show off and show you guys how easy that is. Okay, so there's our advanced circuits. I think we're going to have to wait until the next episode. Okay, I want to do another episode of Factorio this week because I'm enjoying this so much, and we've come so far, and I really wanted to get that science done today, but we're not gonna have time. We're out of time. I've blown my chance. Oh well, I guess it's going to have to happen on episode 8. I hope you're enjoying the series, guys. I'm loving making it. Anyway, take care.